All right. Good morning. How goes it, everybody? Okay, live. All right, we're doing good. Doing good. Gonna take a few minutes here. Get. Actually, you know what? Let's leave that background on for you, Instagram peeps. See if we can get a few of you heathens on here. Day after Christmas. It's gonna be real informal today, guys. Bear with me here. Let's get a few of you guys on here. Oh, I forgot the Army games this weekend too. Huh. How was everybody's Christmas? Did Santa bring you everything that you wanted? All right, that's shared. That's good. I'm not necessarily expecting a big crowd today because everybody's probably still punch drunk from sugar cookies and eggnog and all that other jazz, and that's all right. I'm continuing my eggnog. I can't. There you go. Eggnog with some cinnamon and some another ingredient in it. Mm. Tell me where you guys are at. How was your guys' Christmas? And today is the what's up, T Dog? Thank you for showing up. I hope Santa was good to you this year. Uh, it's a little cold for this shirt, but I figured I'd wear the shirt underneath. I got a new Hawaiian shirt, a lot of fishing gear, woodsman stuff. It's from Line Kugels family. When we go to Line Kugels every year up there in Wisconsin. They are not a sponsor, although they are very big on military support and veteran supports. In fact, one of the owners is a Marine veteran, I think. Anyway, so had to represent that. But yeah, it's a little chilly out this morning up here. How was your guys' Christmas? Mine was this is let me be, I'm just gonna be frank. This year was weird. Kind of weird. Like, what do you mean by that, Adam? I'm gonna explain it to you. This was the first year on a personal level. This is the first year where um, little bird wasn't home. You know, he's growing up. He's a man, young man, doing his thing. So it was kind of weird for me not having little bird home. And the boss of the house, she had to work. So it was me and the dogs last night. Nothing wrong with that. You know, we celebrated our Christmas with her family. We got 3 nephews. Um, that was good. Some mother-in-law, that was good. So it was, all in all, it wasn't bad. It was just different type of atmosphere this year. And I come to realize that maybe this is a new chapter in life. That a chapter is closed and now it's a new chapter is about to be written. And I'm starting to realize that a little bit. It's kind of, I don't want to say scary. It's exciting, but it's kind of at the same time like what don't you know? Tony Abrascato over there on the IG. I appreciate you, brother. Merry Christmas. Hope you and the boys are well. So yeah, it was just a different uh feel this year for me. Has anybody else felt that? Or let me ask you this. Those of you that have kids that are grown, what was it like your first Christmas with the kids out of the house? Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, Tony. Yeah, man. It was quiet. So here's what I would like to do today. I want to as we're getting started, I want you guys to come in. Whenever you decide to watch this, leave a comment, whether you're on the live or you come in a little bit later during the live or you watch this throughout the weekend. Um, Leave a comment of like how your Christmas was. And those of you parents that have kids that are grown and out of the house, I'm curious to I want to I'm really curious to see, what it was like. Do you remember your first Christmas with your kids out of the house or your kid out of the house? Because it was just weird. It was very quiet and it wasn't your typical uh Christmas. We don't have any snow on the ground out here in PA, which I'm not sad about. I'm really not. Um, but it was different. It was different, but good. It was just different. So that said, listen, this is the last Friday of 2025. What a year it's been, right? Okay, I'm going to recap a little bit. We'll get into that here in a little bit. We'll recap 2025. But man, what a year! What a year! And this is the last Friday of 2025. And I look back on what we have done here as a company and then just on a personal level and stuff like that. So I'll share some of that stuff with you guys this morning. And please share what you guys have experienced in 2025. If you look back on 2025, what has this year meant to you? What has it meant to you? We started this year off here at Heroes Media Group. We started the year off with kind of a new look, right? If you haven't been to our website, please go check out our website, heroesmediagroup.com. This is we revamped the entire website, and it was about a 6-month process, and we went live. I think it was middle of January. Middle of January, I think, is when we went live with it was right before Podfest of this year. Mountain Up, what's going on? Appreciate you. I'm assuming that's Ryan Hunt, Mr. Ryan Hunt. Thank you, sir. So we started the year off with a new look, kind of a new feel. And our friends over at Fin Tactical, shout out to Fin Tactical. They hooked us up with the website, and they also did our sister site, Heroes or HMGbeverage.com as well. So it was that's how we started the year off, and it was crazy because building the new website, I remember when we were going through the process, it was like taking 10 years of content, switching it over to a new server because we had a whole new server and we had a bunch of other stuff that we had to do. And it was kind of starting from scratch. And it was kind of cool because this was our 10-year anniversary. Again, this year was Heroes Media Group 10-year birthday. So that was kind of cool as well. And I wanted to do something big, and I think it's been good. We've had a lot of positive feedback about it. So again, very laid back today, guys. Eggnog. Yeah. What else? Went to Podfest this year as well as a company. That's always a good time. And we'll be at Podfest next month in Orlando. And we'll be speaking. I believe I'm going to be speaking on Saturday at 3, I believe. Art of the interview, I think, is the topic. Myself and Shay Sparks will be there. So come check that out. But Podfest, another great one. So Mountain Up also celebrated their 10-year birthday in 2025. Nice. Mountain Up. You go to mountainup.com. Those of you military folks, if not sure what Mountain Up is, 10th Mountain Division, kind of geared around towards 10th Mountain Division, ran by a friend of ours, Mr. Ryan Hunt, Army veteran, officer type, although we don't hold that against him. We love him anyway. So it 10th Mountain, they got a lot of, I know Ryan was doing a lot of hats and had some clips, and they do 10th Mountain does a lot of stuff over there. So please go check them out. Pandocommando.com. Thank you, Ryan. Pandocommando.com. Go, let me put that up there. Go check it out. Mr. David Gordon. David, how are you, brother? appreciate you jumping on as always. Uh, I love it. Hope you guys had a good Christmas yesterday down there. Um, so yeah, and then so I look back. What else did we do? We did the NRA Great American Outdoor Show. That's in February. We were there. I think we were there 7 out of the 9 days this year. We were very busy. Did a lot, shot a lot of content for different companies. Um, and listen, for all you outdoorsmen, if you like to hunt and fish, NRI puts on the Great American Outdoor Show. It is the world's largest hunting and fishing expo in the world. It's usually about 9 to 11 days long. It's something else. We'll be back at it again this coming February here in a couple of months. What else happened this year? Wrapping up 2025, recapping. We've had a lot of new shows. We've had 12 new shows come on to Heroes Media Group. Best year that we've had. No, and with that, you get some 12 new shows that come. Had a couple that kind of teared off and went other routes, and that happens in this business, and we're still friends with those people, and two of them are already looking to coming back in 2026, which we're looking forward to welcoming them back with open arms. But we've had a lot of growth here in at Heroes Media Group. With the website, we took a little bit of being transparent, took a little bit of a hit because we had to switch servers and stuff got moved around a little bit. But the shows here in the community that we've had here at Heroes Media Group with the shows, a lot of the shows are working together. Some of the shows have created businesses together now. Some of the shows have created other communities together, and that's what this is all about. You know, when I had a vision for this company, and when I started it in 2015, obviously I was coming off of a previous brand that I had owned or co-owned, and I wanted to keep that vibe going, and I wanted more positivity, and I think we're doing that. I think this year was the first year where we've had it every year to some extent, but I think this year we've really started to show more positivity, and I mean that in like people working together, you know, the veteran community coming together in a lot of different events and so forth. So I think it's been good, and I'm really looking forward to what 2026 has to offer us. What else? What else? Um, there's been a lot of travel, a lot of travel personally. You ever notice like when you wear one of these things and you're drinking eggnog that it heats up real quick? Just me? Okay, got it. Mm. It's still the holidays, guys. Give me a break. A lot of travel this year on a personal level. Did a family trip outside the country for the first time in almost 20 years. Was great. Relaxation. Little Bird graduated college, started his master's program, became an officer in the United States military. Um, Went and saw family up in Wisconsin a couple different times. A lot of hunting trips for me, which was great. A lot of it was local. I say local. Virginia's not far, about a 4-hour drive. Shout out to Green Valley Hunter's Paradise. If you have not checked those, again, if you guys want to just spend a weekend down there, hike around and go check out this place. They don't have a website, but if go to Facebook and look up Green Valley Hunter's Paradise, they got a phone number there. Chances are you'll talk to Clint. Just a great group of people down there, and it's a lot of fun. What else? And new events. We cover a lot of different events this year. You know, we're at the Marine Corps Marathon this year. We've done several Army games up at West Point again. Shout out to Eric, the PR guy up there at West Point. West Point's got a game this weekend. Black Knights made a bowl game. What else happened? I'm sitting here just trying to think like other events that were covered. I mean, it was a busy year. And a lot of the times you don't realize what you've done, especially for me. And this is something that I've called myself out on on a lot of different occasions in different groups was you get so many things going that once something finishes, you're already looking at the next 2 or 3 things ahead, and you fail to take the time to step back and see how far you've come. And this is a great time of year to really do that. And I've tried to take the last couple of days to really think about what we've done this year as a company, as a whole. T Dog says Maker's Machine. Thank you for bringing that up. So Maker's Machine is another company that I co-founded. Actually, it was last December, but we really kicked things off. I mean, we kicked things. Our first meeting was last December, but we really kicked things off in January of this year. And Maker's Machine is another company. Those I can't sit still. I own several companies or co-own several companies. I sit on several boards. Renee Wagner, another great person that I absolutely love and adore. Renee, good morning. Appreciate you. Go check out Renee Wagner -mag. Follow her. She's got a great magazine for women. Also, Salute to American Heroes is a nonprofit organization that Renee runs that I've been asked to sit on the board for 2026, and we're excited. New stuff coming there later on. So Renee, thank you. Appreciate you. What else? Oh, so Maker's Machine. What was I saying? I was saying, I've got my hands on a lot of different things, and I try to stay busy because I have to be busy. I don't like just sitting around. I'm not good. I'm not good at just sitting there. Yesterday was a prime example. Home by myself, unsupervised, and I had the 45-degree angle because nothing was open. I couldn't go anywhere. And at the same time, everybody's like, sometimes you just need to sit tight and not do anything. Ooh, that irritates me. I can't sit tight. I can't do it. I have a hard time doing it. You guys will excuse me here. I got to take this off here. I think the eggnog is warming me up. There you go. Now you got it. Full. Look at that. This is another, how many, let me ask you this. Traditions. How many of you have different traditions in your family? Like we've got a couple. I think the last couple of years I've started getting Hawaiian shirts for Christmas. And now I want to make that a thing. Like every year I want a different Hawaiian shirt. I know what T-Dog's going to do. He's got a plethora of Hawaiian shirts. David, yeah. Spiked eggnog in the morning. It's the breakfast of champions. And I'm not kidding. I'm feeling it right now. I don't know what I did, but I think I did not measure out very well. But what the hell? It's the last show of the year. Let's go out with a bang, right? Anyway. Point that I was making is you got a couple days left of 2025. And I hope each and every one of you take some time. If you haven't done so already, take some time and look to see how far you've come this year. Look at some of the things that you've accomplished and look at, just take a look at how blessed we are, and that's not to say bad things don't happen. There's been some setbacks this year. I'm guilty of it. I've had some setbacks this year, but we grow from those things, right? That's the important thing is being able to grow from those. Had to make my own this year. How was it, David? David had to make his own eggnog this year. I know I saw him post about it. How was it? So 2025, as we look back and recap 2025, I can honestly say that I'm a blessed man. I'm blessed because I get to do what I love each and every day. I love creating for other people. I love coming up with ideas and helping other people get to where they want to go and achieve their goals. It's a good feeling helping other people. That's what fills me here. There he is, Ryan Hunt. Let's go 20. It's going to be a banner. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a banner. I think so too, Ryan. I think so too, man. Um, and I want to say thank you to all of you because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. You know, I do these shows. Everybody's like, why do you got to do it on a Friday morning at 9 a.m.? That's the only time I have to do it. I'm just being honest. And now the nice thing about technology is that those of you that watch this later on, uh, thank you, first off. But you don't always have to make the live. You can always watch it later. And if you miss something, you can always go back and rewatch it. I mean, let's be honest. Why would you not want to watch a show with a guy wearing a shirt like this? Shay Sparks, good morning to you. Appreciate you. Oh, good. David made his own eggnog better than store bought. Well, and here's one of the things I'm gonna. David makes a good point here because I'm gonna it leads us into 2026 moving forward. Try something new in 2026, right? Take David for an example. I'm totally throwing David under the bus here. David's been a longtime friend of my brother. We served together. Um, two grumpy old guys. It's going to be a podcast. We talked about it in 2025. We didn't make it happen. And, you know, we're going to try something new in 2026. Ain't that right, David? Two grumpy old guys podcast. I think we're going to make that happen. In all seriousness, actually, I am serious about that. I'm really trying to look like literally was talking to my wife about like can we go to Arizona this year so we can make this podcast happen. Let's look forward to 2026. I got to keep this show going because I can tell on the camera that I'm already turning red. But it's the holidays, right? It's the holidays. Last Friday of 2025. Guys, we only got a few more days left of 2025. Man, I tell you, this year's been a really good year. It's been freaking awesome. And with that said, 2026, let's look ahead. I got some exciting news to bring to you guys today in 2026 for 2026. HMG, we're building a new studio. What you see here is the home studio. Right now, we're building a studio, hoping to break ground in March. So there will be a new studio coming in 2026. And this has been a long time coming. It's been a dream of mine. It'll be open to clients and stuff like that as well. We're building it out east here near where we live, and I'll get into that later on as it starts to transform. Better lighting, more cameras to do this show, and probably some other shows as well. So really looking forward to that. But we are building a studio in 2026, and like I said, hoping to break ground in March. What else? I got to look over here because my teleprompter is too small. What are you guys? Let me ask you this: What are you looking forward to in 2026? And how many of you write your goals down? You know, a lot of the times you hear, "Hey, write your New Year's resolutions," or write. I haven't done New Year's resolutions in a long time. This year, I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take a piece of paper for each of my companies and write down goals that I have for that particular company. And you guys can't see it, but I'm going to I got a board right above the camera here. And then I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to write down some personal goals that I have for myself. David, nice. Oh, brother, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love it. I love it. One of the goals that I have, or actually, let me back up. Another announcement that I'd like to make. Son of a beeswax. And I didn't save the picture. I wanted to show a picture. HMG has challenge coins coming. When are they going to get here? Hopefully by the end of January. and we'll put them on the website for purchase if you'd like a challenge coin. We got a bunch of them reserved. If you're not sure what a challenge coin is, Google it, look it up. We got some really cool challenge. I haven't done a challenge coin. Actually, I've never done a challenge coin for HMG. I've done poker chips for HMG in the past. I decided a couple people were asking for them. We've got enough interest in them. So I saved some money and designed a challenge coin that I'm very, very pleased with. And we got challenge coins coming. So that's coming in 2026. I want to expand. Let's expand what we're doing here at Heroes Media Group. And we have. This year has been great. And it's I tell you, 12 new shows in 1 year. Awesome. Can we double that for 2026? A lot of work. But I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. One of the other things I want to do is God, 2026. What else? I want to get more writers and contributors to our website for articles and stuff that you guys want. Now, granted, we're more geared towards podcasts and stuff like that, but there are some articles and stuff we want to push as well. New sponsors that we're in talks with. Add more shows, more articles, more events. We've done a lot. We do a lot of events as far as like sporting events and stuff like that. We've done like Marine Corps marathon, other veteran events. We got Military Creator Con coming up in April in Dallas, Texas, or it's in Arlington, which is a suburb of Dallas there. And I'll post those links again because we want to keep pushing those. Tickets are for sale, and there's a great buy on them right now until the 30th. And I want to host a public event. Thought about doing it this year, but it was just like I get these ideas, and then it's like they kind of get set to the wayside because I've never been good at asking for help. But let's do an event hosted by Heroes Media Group. And I'd like to get the shows to come out, and I'd like to get the public to come out and get involved. And if we were to do something like that, whether it's a fundraiser or just renting a park and getting a bunch of food trucks where everybody can kind of come together and just hang out for the day, what would you guys like to see? There's a question for you. What would you guys like to see in 2026? What type of event would you like HMG to host and where? Those are some questions that I have for you viewers out there. Where would you guys like to see us do an event? And what type of event would you like us to host? Let's make that possible. I'm going to tell you right now, it's possible. It's very possible. We can do it. We've got the resources now to do it. Let's make that happen in 2026. What else? That's really kind of it for 2026. I want Heroes Media Group to continue to be the core of change in a positive light for people. I want to share more heroes stories. That's another thing. You know, it's hard to get stories from the public about who your community hero is. And you know, when we say community hero, you know, we focus on the law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, educators, clergy, military, and the veteran communities, right? But let's be honest, a hero could be your neighbor, right? Maybe you got somebody that is a first generation. And this is, I got to give credit where credit's due. My buddy Barry from Forget Genetics came up with this idea. Maybe you got a first generation, somebody that came from nothing and built a business and changed the community for the better. That's a community hero as well. You watching are a community hero to somebody, right? What can we do as a community to highlight our community heroes? I would love to do that. That's one of the reasons why I started this platform. But I need your guys' help in 2026. Let's find the community heroes that are out there and let's highlight them for what they've done. How does that sound to you guys? That sound good? You guys on board with that with me? Can you guys think you can help me out with that? Um, some other things to look forward to. I don't want to say look forward to because I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna keep this week short. I will be here next week. I will be here next year, January 2nd, same time, same place. No eggnog, no spiked eggnog. We're gonna get back into just water and coffee for the show. As you could tell, I get a little plush. Don't judge me. Um, but I'm really looking forward to 2026 and all the cool stuff that we have planned. Thank you guys for 2025. Some of the things that we kind of I'm gonna flip the tone a little bit. Some things that we need to really watch out for in 2026, and we started seeing it in 2020. AI. We got to watch out what AI is doing. Got to pay attention to what artificial intelligence is doing, especially on the social media platforms and in the news, because you're seeing a lot of fake stuff out there right now. A lot of fake pictures, a lot of fake videos, just a lot of fake stuff. And we got to keep an eye out for that. I think in 2026, we need to kind of protect ourselves a little bit more on what we consume, right? Maybe limit ourselves a little bit more from social media, right? What else? How many of you? I know I've talked about it this year a couple of times, but the new facial recognition stuff that they're doing, like overseas in Europe right now, and you're seeing a lot more of that happening here in the United States. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Christina, good morning, sis. How are you? I heard a rumor this week, and this comes with the facial recognition and all the AI stuff. Not in 2026, but in 2027, I believe it's going to come to a point where you pay your taxes electronically. You can't send in a check anymore or anything like that. They're going to pull it from directly from your account, and probably most people probably do that already. But there's going to be more uh, security measures and more things that we may lose control over on a personal level. Unapologetic veteran. Oh, what's happening? Good morning. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Another one of our newer shows from 2025. Unapologetic veteran. So we need to kind of really pay attention to what's going on moving forward. AI will run everything. Yeah, we're going to put that up because I think that's AI is going to run a lot. I think you're not, one of the things, and I tell, a lot of the younger generation, this is you're graduating high school, looking at schools, you're not sure you want to go to college, go to a trade school. AI isn't going to build, although some of them build houses now, but plumbing, carpentry, roofing, the whole nine. The trades are welding. That's a great place to be right now. Not taking away from traditional college, although I think it's been a little watered down, in my opinion, over the years. But it is what it is. But I really think coming 2026, we really got to start paying attention more of AI and the different technology, especially when it comes to our personal stuff, your banking, how you do business, how you purchase things. I don't like the facial recognition stuff. I don't like it. They say, oh, it's a matter of national security, blah, 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 blah. I think that's bullshit. Sorry. It's going to be interesting to say the least. So Let's pay attention to that in 2026. Write your goals down. I'm going to cover a couple of, I'm going to switch over here. I want to cover just a few news topics that I found interesting for this week. Don't forget, guys, you can check out all the shows that we have here on Heroes Media Group. Simply go to heroesmediagroup.com. Check out all the podcast shows that we have. It's going to be awesome. Unapologetic veteran. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. When it comes to the trade, Dave, yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's cover this one. Trump reveals golden fleet of Trump class battleships to transform the U.S. naval power. Really? Okay. President Trump announced a sweeping new naval initiative on Monday, unveiling plans for a golden fleet. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's just fun. Golden fleet. Centered on a new class of battleship he claims will be vastly outmatch historic warships in power and capability. He made this announcement on Monday at Mar-a-Lago. It's going to be called the first set of ships are going to be called the Trump class. And will begin construction immediately as part of an effort to expand the U.S. maritime strength. Yeah, the Trump class. Come on. Seriously? Didn't we just build a bunch of new ships like in the last 5 years or so? I mean, this is yeah. Do I say this now with spiked eggnog or do I wait until I'm drinking coffee and water? It is the last show of 2025. What do I do? Trump has been in office almost a year now, right? Under this second term that now that he's been reelected, I should say. One thing that we got to keep in mind is that opportunity knocks and people are going to cash in on it. And sometimes I'm really starting to look at things from a political standpoint as a whole, as I usually do. I'm kind of a what's what, right? Down the middle. Probably lean a little more conservative, independent than anything else. But I will say this: I think as you look at, and this is just me saying this, pay attention to things like this, building a Trump class, and then what's going on in Venezuela. I'm not even going to talk about Venezuela today, but look at what's happening in Venezuela. Why are we there? More than just drug ships coming to the U.S. Trust me, look it up. But we got again something else that we got to pay attention to in 2026. Is this money? Yeah, we can't build to keep up with China, and we're gonna build a new class from scratch. Yeah, I don't get why we're building a new class of ships from scratch. Here's the thing about China, though. You look at their last two aircraft carriers, and they've been crap. Although the aircraft themselves have been, they're Gen 6 now, I think. 5 or 6. So it's interesting stuff to pay attention to, people. Pay attention to what's going on. Little things like this. Like, is this money well spent, or is this money that is just going to line somebody's pocket to keep the industrial complex moving? It's the last show of the year. What do I care, right? Here's a fun one. New York parents blast the state mandate Kids freeze on electric school buses in brutal winter weather. Who saw this one coming? Parents in Lakeshore Central School District of Western New York are reporting that the electric school buses mandated by New York State are leaving frigid are leaving children cold, delayed, and in some cases stranded in frigid winter conditions. Local families say that the buses' heating systems are inadequate or they're turned off because they draw from the same battery powers um, the bus runs from. So it's sparking a community backlash against the state's EV bus mandate. New York literally put this in. All of the schools now, or most of the schools, have these electric buses, and the kids are freezing. Who saw this coming? Again, but you got your electric, and this is green friendly, and blah 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 blah. Sure, I can't. Listen. I'm just reporting this, guys. What do we have here? Hey, listen, guys. Nothing against electrical vehicles. I'm not a fan of them personally. I've got friends, I've got family that have electrical vehicles. Good on you. I'm going to be driving my diesel, and when you get stranded, give me a call. And if I'm nearby, I'll come help you out. That's all I'm going to say about that. When it comes to kids, though, this is what irks me about this. If these kids are freezing in these cold weather, um, you got to look at frostbite, hypothermia. Not saying that any of that happened. The story didn't say that any of that was happening. Let me be clear on that. But if that stuff starts to happen, then I want to start people. I want to start seeing people file child abuse against the state for mandating these electric vehicles. That's what I think should happen. Funny thing earlier today, as I was getting the notes ready for this, and it's funny as I look, we're 40 minutes into the show, and I said I was going to keep it short. Well, let's be honest, that never happens, especially when I was thinking, man, the gas prices haven't really come down much, if anything, this year. And this is like Trump's year back, whatever. And then I saw this article: gas prices plummet to $2.79. Holiday travelers are saving over $500 million, billion with a B, billion, bravo, B. Holiday travel this Christmas season shaping up to be significantly cheaper at the pump, as average gasoline prices drop to $2.79 per gallon nationwide. Now it's on a nationwide level. And I got to thinking about it. Out here, out west or out east, we're still above $3. The other day it was like 349, 350. I think today was like 309. Now, I've driven to like New York recently, and it was 2 something there. I go down to Virginia, it's always cheaper in Virginia. And then when you guys know I drive a lot, so as I drive to most other states, it's much cheaper than the state that I'm currently residing in. Maybe that's why I'm pissed off all the time. I don't know, but I guess gas prices are coming down. According to the energy price data from Gas Buddy, that's what this article was coming from, was Gas Buddy. The year's expected average on Christmas Day marks one of the lowest price points in recent years, especially compared with a year ago when gas prices were closer to $3 a gallon. They say Gas Buddy is saying that it projects holiday travelers will save more than $500 million over the Christmas travel week because of lower gas prices. That's a good thing, right? So that's a good thing. That's a positive. It was 229. Normally it's 260. Wow. That's okay. So unapologetic, one of our podcasts here on HMG was 220. God, I haven't seen, that's the cheapest I've seen it too. Interesting. All right, moving on. This was a fun one for me. This was a fun one for me. Wind projects paused after radar threat. I've talked about this wind stuff earlier in the year, April, May. You can go back and look. The Trump administration paused the creation of offshore wind projects after the Pentagon said the turbines could affect radar systems used by the military. Love this. It seems like a crapshoot when you read it like that. But at the same time, I'm excited about it. I'm not a big wind turbine, especially these offshore projects. There's a show called, oh God, I'm drawing a blank. Desatel Law, based out of Desatel Brown and Law, based out of Rhode Island. It's a law firm up there that have spoken extensively about offshore wind projects and what's going on at Rhode Island. And it's been these projects they've planned them from Rhode Island all the way down the coast to the like Jacksonville. And there's so many if you really want a good read and really see what these wind turbines are doing, they're toxic. They can't recycle them. I've seen them in Iowa, Texas. They're all over the West. If you've ever driven anywhere out west, chances are you've driven by one of these, wind farms. But this one here, this article that we're talking about specifically, is talking about offshore wind projects. I guess what happens is when according to the article, the turbine blades are reflecting towers that interfere with the radar systems, creating what is called a clutter on the radar. And the clutter created by the wind projects blocks legitimate moving targets. Instead, it's creating false targets on the radars. Now, I read that and I think, with all of the technology that we have, we can't come up with something that's good. Like, hey, that's made from this. That's a wind farm. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But nonetheless, I think this is a good thing, because if you saw what it takes to build these actual offshore wind farms, um, it's a big hit on the environment as well. So I think this is a win. Last one that I have. Elon Musk dismisses Trump account, says AI will end saving. Pay attention. Pay attention. Elon Musk has reignited debate over the future of work and money, declaring that advanced AI and robotics will soon render traditional savings and even jobs that are unnecessary. Responding to the launch of Trump accounts, aimed at helping young Americans build wealth, Musk called the initiative a nice gesture, but ultimately useless in light of technological advances. I know I'm having too much fun doing the quotes, air quotes. According to Musk, AI and robotics will create a world where basic goods and services are so abundant that traditional economic concerns like budgeting or retirement planning will fade away. Well, sign me up if that's the case. Do I believe it? No. Could happen. I just don't think. He emphasized that unlike universal basic income, which offers subsistence, universal high income would ensure material abundance, freedom from work, and widespread prosperity. To me, that sounds a lot like this. My opinion. And it could be that it's something new and maybe I don't understand it fully. I just I'm not a buyer of the AI stuff, and it's here. It's here to stay, and it's only going to get worse. That said, I'm talking about Musk and AI. You look at all the robotics and stuff like that. There was another article that I didn't put on here, but I'm going to mention it real quick. Russia is talking about building a power plant on the moon, and I have not confirmed this. Do some research on it. Um, but we are going. Space is going to be the next thing. I think the reason why we're seeing a lot of these robots. In fact, this was mentioned to me by a dear friend of mine, Dr. Hans Mum, brilliant mind. He talked about a lot of the stuff that we're seeing with these robots, and why we're building humanoids and stuff like that is because eventually that's what's getting sent to Mars. We're not going to send people up there to build the buildings and the infrastructure because we don't know what that's going to entail, um, what that's going to be like, or anything like that. But if you send robots up there to build the infrastructure on Mars, you can do that, right? Because if you lose a robot, no big deal, whatever, right? You lose a human, like, oh, it's a whole nother story. I think in the next, mm, I'm going to say 15 to 20 years, and it's probably going to be sooner than that, but I'm going to stretch it out just a bit. We're going to say 15 to 20 years, we're going to see a colony on Mars. I think we'll see it in our lifetime, in my lifetime. I'm in my late 40s. I think we'll see something colonized on Mars. I think you're going to see a lot more space exploration over the next 20 years. A lot more. That's my prediction. So when I see Musk saying stuff like this, does it surprise me? No, because I think it's kind of gearing up to move to space. That's my thought on that. 2025. What a hell of a year. Guys, go check out the podcast shows. Had several shows do new episodes this week. I'm not going to get into this week, guys. Sorry. Um, all the podcast shows, check them out, heroesmediagroup.com. If you are a podcaster or you are an author and you would like to work with Heroes Media Group in 2026, we'd love to have you. Reach out to us. You can reach out to us at media at heroesmediagrp.com. I'll put the email right there below, or if you're on Instagram, it's above, I guess. Reach out to us. Love to have you part of the network. We got some great shows, and I'm blessed to get to work with these shows on the network. I'm blessed to have each and every one of you tune in each week and say what's what. But go check out the shows. Show them some love. These shows are doing some amazing things, and it's only going to get better in 2026. HeroesMediaGroup.com. Go check it out. What do we have? Moon built on the next one. Yeah, I see that, David. Maybe not Mars. Definitely the moon. I think the moon's already starting. We just don't know about it. I think that's I think there's other countries up there. I think that's going to be a race too. Because I think you got to do the moon. Maybe the moon be the actually you bring up a good point now that I think about it. Moon kind of being the pit stop before you get to Mars, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to say the least. All right. Once again, I said I was going to keep it short. I haven't. And I'm glad that you guys stuck with me for this last hour of the last Friday of 2025. It's been an amazing year. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years under this brand now. And I'm truly blessed, and I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. Thank you for being along on this journey with me. Thank you for helping me create a community where people can come, trust, and build and have a positive effect on other people's lives. For 2026, let's continue to build this community here at HMG. I need your guys' help. Let's keep bringing people in. Let's keep changing lives for the better. Let's start spreading more news. Let's get some hero stories going. And then I want to meet you guys. I want to see you guys out on the road. Where do you guys want us to go in 2026? Where would you like to see us? if you got events or anything coming up in your neighborhood or whatnot, tell us about it so we can get the word out, maybe even show up to it. So, guys, that being said, thank you from the bottom of my heart for 2025. I'll see you guys next year in 2026. Next Friday, January 2nd, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. We're going to be talking about goals and what we are expecting for 2026 and anything else that happens between now and then in the news. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys in the new year. Take care.